Okay, guys, we're just gonna do a quick video. It's a self care video, basically. Okay, you cannot help anyone. Okay, you cannot help anyone if you are not helping yourself first, right? You want to be an asset to somebody, not a liability, right? Okay, there's a lot of different ways to be an asset to someone, okay? So starting to jump out. Sacral chakra. Awaken your sensuality and intimacy. Hmm. So, okay, I like to give you guys homework, so I want you to look up where your chakras are, okay? What those mean. So, awaken your sensuality and intimacy, right? So, you need to tap into your feminine side here, right? Even if you're a female, right? I know that I have a lot of masculine energy, so I really am trying to focus on being a little softer. And I suppose I am softer, once I, you know, have gotten to a certain place with a person, but I know that I come off pretty gruff, right? So just tap into that feminine energy, be a little softer, okay? Um, Forgive yourself, right? It's a huge deal. You forgive yourself. You're human. You're going to make mistakes. Learn to forgive yourself on a daily freaking basis and mean it, right? Don't false forgive yourself either, right? If you're going to keep doing the same things over and over and over and over and over and over and over, like do some spiritual work. Pull yourself together. Once you've done that, forgive yourself, even along the way. Forgive yourself for not knowing how to deal with it. I forgive myself for not knowing how to deal with the situation at this time, but I'm growing. I'm getting better. I'm gonna handle it. Whatever. Okay. What else? Forgiveness is a huge. This card right here, forgiveness, guys. It's a huge part of healing. Okay. And you just have to do it, and sometimes it just sucks, but when you change your perspective on it and understand forgiveness, right? You are going to forgive and you're going to release that person, right? But you have to forgive so you can open that space up in yourself so you can progress. Otherwise, you're going to get triggered and have trauma associated with, you're going to have trauma and you're going to have triggers associated with things, okay? So there's different types of trauma, right? It doesn't have to be like, somebody beat you when you were a child or whatever. There's lots of different ways a person can experience trauma. And respect how other people are feeling. You can't tell someone they don't feel a certain way, right? You can't tell people how they feel, right? And people shouldn't be telling you that what you're feeling is wrong either, okay? Um, there's a lot I could say about that, but let's just keep going. Okay? Basically, just learn to forgive yourself on a daily basis, okay? Forgive yourself for not knowing not to put regular gasoline in a diesel vehicle. Something simple as that, or it could be something bigger than that. It's just important to forgive yourself on a regular basis, right? Enjoy time alone, all right? as you start healing and forgiving yourself, as you start awakening, right? Forgiving yourself, you are going to enjoy your time alone is going to become very precious to you, right? Not saying you won't be around people or you're just going to absolutely keep yourself totally out of the loop, but you're going to be very protective of your energy, okay? Right? I sage my house and people leave. I light candles. I have to clean up the energy around me. I pray slash meditate. Guys, when you hear me say meditate, there are different forms of, everybody doesn't pray the same way, I'm sure, right? So when I say prayer, I'm likening that to meditation, okay? It's tapping into God's spirit, right? You can also like meditate and do breathing techniques, but to me, they're like one and the same, okay? The way I do it, right? You may actually be a person who actually kneels down and prays or sits in the car and prays. That is fine. And then you go take a yoga class, It's the same thing to me. At the end of the day, what I'm doing. Let's see what else. You guys, I talk a lot about self-care because, look, I'm meaner than a junkyard dog, okay? Meaner than a junkyard dog. But it's because I have another side as well, okay? And I have to protect that side of me, right? Um, I set my boundaries and I stick to them, and I don't care to hurt people's I don't care to hurt people's feelings, but I don't mind doing it, right? But I don't do anything to I never do anything out of like an ill motive, okay? I don't. And once you start forgiving yourself, awakening, you're going to enjoy that time alone. You will get to that place where things that you do that are like malicious, have some type of malicious intent, they usually come back around, okay, and they only bite you, right? But you can set boundaries for sure. And it wasn't. That's something that I have to work hard at because I am a healer. That's why I talk about self-care so much, because it is important, okay? We all have our moments when we're gonna let our guards down, and it's okay, we're human, right? But the minute you see something going left, you gotta get out. Turn right, go the other direction. You just have to, okay? Forgive yourself, right? Spend that time alone. Raise your vibrations, okay? Then get back out when you're ready. Gifts. Offer your natural gifts to the world, okay? And like I just said, like, I know that I'm a healer, right? So there's lots of ways you can heal people, all right? But that is part of my gift, right? And a lot of times, in order for people to heal, I guess I'm that person who brings the tower moment, right? Some things do have to completely be burned down and rebuilt, okay? So I'm kind of like the tower in that sense. But I've learned to be forgiving And that's, I do protect my energy. I am growing into a state, a more awakened state, and I'm growing with you guys, right? So we're on this journey together, okay? Offer your natural gifts to the world, your God given gifts, okay? That could be art, it could be song, it could be dance, it could be any natural gift that you have. Try to get to a place where we start vibrating higher. You're going to be okay with being the bigger person, because you're going to start thinking to yourself, what does it really matter, right? We're always protecting our egos. That's, you know, we do that. Humans do that. But you got to move out of that, right? I do what I do here because I'm a healer. It's what I'm led to do, right? I don't care if your gift is showing up at children's parties and painting faces and making kids happy and parents smile. It's a gift. Find your what your natural gifts are and offer those up selflessly, because it's going to help you grow. Right? And a lot of times, you know what, people are in the forgiveness realm. There's so much I could talk about that. Some people are oblivious to certain things, okay? But most times people move with intent, okay? They move with intent, and most of the time, I hate to say that, but I will, a lot of times, their motives are self-serving, okay? I'm not saying they're just specifically trying to go attack people, but they're self-serving, and self-serving people are hurt people, and they hurt people in return, okay? So it's important to forgive, heal, and to be in a position where you're just giving selflessly, right? Not wanting anything in return. Let's see what else we got. I hope this is resonating with you guys. I'm going to be so pissed off if I don't get likes on this, because I mean, how much better can you get than doing a reading for yourself that's healing you, elevating you, but you'll go and listen to the baby daddy and view that 100 times. So I'll be so pissed. So serious. Okay. And I would be happy to chat with you guys. If you want to leave any comments, a lot of people, when they have things to work on in themselves, it's hard to admit that they have things to work on. I know I do. I know I do, and I'm not ashamed of it. You know what I do when I know better, I do better. Period. Okay. Responsibility. Own up to what you're feeling, right? We talked about that as well. Sometimes we have to own up to it's okay to feel how you feel, but sometimes we have to own up to the reasons we're feeling that way, okay? So take responsibility for your own feelings and emotions, right? Don't 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 set up a lot of expectations for other people, because you'll be disappointed every single time, right? Take responsibility for your actions and your part in the situation. Forgive yourself, forgive the person, release them, release the situation, and just move forward, okay? Just taking accountability is huge, okay? but it's not the same when you have intentionally like walked up to someone. It's just an example. Walked up to someone and looking at them across the room, and you know what? I just don't like the way they look, and I just want to go up and smack them across the face, right? That's a problem. Like, you can't just go smack person up across the face and say, yeah, I know it was wrong, but I really wanted to do it, and I really kind of enjoyed it. You got some deep issues that need a lot of work. But I'm just talking about, your just everyday interactions with people, okay? Take responsibility for your part in it. Okay? Everything doesn't require a conversation with that person, but the more you vi- vibrate higher, again, you're okay with being the bigger person, right? You just are. Apologizing or, you know, settling things up. It's not that big a deal anymore. And then don't be around people who trigger you, right? People, sometimes you're going to be triggered for things that are going on with yourself, okay, or have gone on with yourself in your own path, your own life, right? And people are going to maybe unconsciously trigger you, right? You can't fix the whole planet, okay? So you just have to learn where to give your energy, okay? What deserves your energy, period. If it doesn't deserve it, then take yourself and move you and your energy right up out of that, right? It's that simple. Medicine, okay? Find alternative medicine. So this could mean a couple of things, okay? Um, to each his own, right? I don't judge anybody. But obviously, if you can admit to yourself, own it, to what you're feeling, right? So if you can say to yourself, you have a problem, like maybe you haven't fully admitted it yet, but if you have some type of addiction or, yeah, some type of addiction, right? Just say, for example, if you start having thoughts like, oh gosh, like I'm drinking a lot, I'm drinking too much, or I'm overindulging in this, or start cleaning that energy up too, okay? Because that is God's Spirit trying to talk to you, right? That is part of your awakening, is listening to that intuition. So something is telling you, right? Um, you're overindulging, okay? And find something to replace that with, right? It could be smoking, it could be drinking, it could be drugs, it could be, gambling, it could be sex, it could be, you know, maybe you're a shopaholic and you're ruining your life. I don't know. It could be anything, okay? Just find an alternative medicine. Whatever those things you do to kind of, shopping, spending up all your money, not paying your bills for therapy, going to gamble all your money for therapy, find alternative medicine, okay? And try to replace that with something that's like holistic, right? There are lots of communities that you could join, guys, but you need to be able to filter out, because even in just with the spiritual tribe that I have, my spiritual circle, the groups that we're in, we can't control everything. There's going to be dark in there. You just have to be able to filter it out and just move in light and love. That's the only way you want to move, okay? Not saying you're going to be nice all the time. You're going to, have a verbal throwdown or, whatever. But you got to be able to sift through that, and otherwise you'll get pulled in the darkness, okay? And then it will it's only going to amplify your problems. We don't dabble in anything dark. I just say that again and again and again. We don't do anything dark. We don't do spell work on people. We don't dabble with free will. Um, None of it. Okay? So if that's what you're looking for on my channel, I suggest you click off now and never come back, because it's not going to happen ever. It's not who I am. Okay? And I've worked hard to put away. I'm still working through my shadow side, and I worked hard to put to get in this position and be able to heal and be to a place where I am able to offer my gifts to people. Okay? My spiritual gifts to people. Right? So if that's your aim, you go for it, but not on this channel. Ooh, that really popped out. So I'm going to grab that because it just flew. Hold on, guys. Okay. Dance. Let the body move and express itself. Okay? It could be literal dancing, right? It could be exercising, right? It could be walking. Anything that is physical, right? Because it is good for your brain, right? When you're doing that, you're exercising your brain, you're exercising your body, right? I'm not much on exercising, but I do love to dance, all right? So, and that's a form of expression. I can get my heart rate up like that, and, whatever chemical needs to shoot up to my brain, I guess, does it. So, but however that resonates with you, okay? I'm working on it, though. On the holistic thing, I'm working on that portion of myself right now. Okay, vulnerable. Allow your walls to come down. Okay. So we were talking about triggers, blockages, things like that. You are intuitively going to know who you can be vulnerable with, okay? Right? And you can take the bricks, it's your wall, so you can take the wall down brick by brick how you see fit. If you take a few bricks down and everything's going good, okay, I take a few more off, right? If not, you can build it back up for that person, okay? And that's the way it is. And it is really, it's difficult being vulnerable. It is, okay? But the more open you are, the more, once you get grounded in the more open you are spiritually, you will be protected, okay? And you're not going to have to worry about taking bricks down, building your wall up, lowering it down, building it back up. Oh, now let me build it higher because this person did this. Now I need a bigger, stronger, taller wall. No, you're going to be protected, okay? And your intuition is going to be on point, and you're going to be in such a good space and have such a good relationship with God's Spirit that people will just sit in confusion because they won't even know how to approach you. So you won't have to deal with them, okay? So just ponder on that, right? Even if you're listening to this and you're like, I don't want to hear it, because sometimes we reject healing, right? Save the video, give it a couple days, and go back and listen again, all right? And you don't have to pick all of this to work on at once, okay? Right? Forgiving yourself is very important, though, and go learn your chakras, Just pick one thing to work on, right? It's all good as long as you're working on something with yourself. You have to take care of yourself aside from other people, aside from, you know, your aside from students, kids, parents, jobs, you know, you have to just take care of yourself. Anoint. Anoint yourself with sacred oils. Okay? So, there are a lot of cultures who do this, you know, who use holy water, or you actually use, you know, like certain oils, lavender oils, or different things like that, to anoint your body with, right? Um, I use peppermint oil, you know, for a lot of things. You don't have to actually, well, I do use peppermint oil on myself, but just breathing in finding alternative medicines and just breathing in healthy things, okay? Just breathing in like natural herbs, bay leaves, things like that will calm you. You can Google, look up into what sacred oils are, and if you want to go that route, I don't tell anybody what to do, okay? It's just personal preference. If you're not into that, you're not into it, right? It's like, I know in like some religions, they do have oils they anoint you with, you know, on your head, or whatever, or that you rub your body, anoint people with that, okay? Um, you can go look that up, right? I'm going to use these cards right here. I don't get like so deep into everything, guys, because again, I am on a spiritual journey as well with you guys, right? Um, and as you know, mature in an area, then you'll grow and you will do and you'll expand into other things, okay? But I do use oils and I do smudge. I am learning. I would really like to get big time into holistic, dabble in that whole deal. But one step at a time, right? Oh, cars are jumping all over the place. Let me grab that one too. Okay. Ha. Telling you. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Guys, once you establish your boundaries and you can stick to those boundaries, I'm talking about things that really, once you start noticing, okay, that boundaries that you set are being crossed, okay, you're going to have to be the one to establish and enforce those, okay? Once you start creating healthy boundaries, you will not be in a constant state of forgiving yourself and forgiving other people and let them go, okay? Um, because you're going to be ascended, you know, you're going to be in a place where you are okay establishing those boundaries, and people will get that energy off of you, okay? I'm telling you. Doesn't mean that they won't try you, all right? But at the end of the day, you'll be able to, you know, back up whatever boundaries you establish for yourself. So I'm going to close the reading right there because that just sums everything up right there. if we just set boundaries, you know what I mean, and not let ourselves be pulled into things, you know, life will be much better. If there is anything that you guys want to chat about, please let me know. I'd be happy to chat with you. I am kind of no nonsense though, but I am sweet. I'm just no nonsense, okay? So if you want somebody who is going to, I want you guys to be part of my tribe, but if you want somebody who's going to come in and hold your hand and lie to you to make you feel better, then I'm not your girl, okay? I'm not, right? People who care about you genuinely, when you care about people and you love them, you tell them the truth, okay? And the truth, sometimes it does hurt. Most of the time it does hurt, but it's okay, right? That's how respect grows. Okay, the person is either going to that's how it should grow. That is healthy. Okay, if a person can't respect the truth, right, and you don't give bits of the truth, give the full truth, right? If they can't respect that, then they don't need to be in your energy. They just don't. You don't want someone um, like you don't want to be dog walked by people, and you don't have to be. If you have people like that in your life, well, you need to sort that out. Okay, it's not good the other way around either. I don't desire to dog walk people. Okay, I want genuine connections. All right, on every level. It doesn't mean I'm going to be super super close and hold hands and skip down the roadway with everybody, but I want good, solid, genuine connections with people. All right. Maybe I don't. Let's say I'm at work and maybe I don't. Sorry, my son is on that game. He's doing some weird stuff, so I'll try to talk up. um, let's say I'm at a job, right? And I don't know. Barbara works at the front desk, and I speak to her every morning when I come in. Hey, Barbara. Good morning. How are you doing? I never go to lunch with her. I don't have lengthy conversations with her. I only communicate with her when it's necessary, but it's a cordial, genuine relationship. In at Christmas, she gives everybody a gift, or she gives, you know, the people in her department a gift. Like, that's just a genuine relationship, okay? You don't have to be best friends with everybody, but you do have to have set boundaries and have to create a healthy environment, right? And it's not to say that people are not going to, that like you're not going to disagree with people, okay? There's a difference between having a disagreement and having a full blown argument about things, okay? It's okay to disagree. You don't have to agree with people, and they don't have to agree with you, right? But maybe at the end of the day, if you take time out to like totally put just okay, fine. You could say, okay, you can call it quits. Well, let's just agree to disagree, right? Or you could be, well, I'm really interested in what I am really interested in why a person reacts the way they act. Okay, and I'm also curious about myself when I'm around people and I get triggered. I'm curious. I analyze that and I want to know, hey, what just happened here? And then I will take my responsibility for the part in that. I'll forgive myself. It doesn't have to be a full blown conversation. Um, it's okay, right? So that's all I wanted to say, you guys. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope that I do get thumbs up or this video gets viewed more than the baby daddy videos and all that stuff because I will be upset. Um, no, I'll be a little agitated, but I mean, whatever. It's whatever.